Addition or subtraction? Your one thing you leave with today might have one thing you can add to your business, but it may be one thing you need to eliminate. Somebody said, like what? I don't know, like how about all the... I have no time any longer to tolerate negative people in my life. I'm done. If I don't bring people into my life that are powerful, positive, and bring something to the relationship, I'm done. I just can't do it any longer. So maybe it's a person. Maybe how about a client? You know that one. You know that one that wants you to get them a goodbye? As soon as you get me a goodbye, I'm in. A goodbye? I got your goodbye. Goodbye. We're done. All right? I'm done with you. Oh, you can't say that. Bet me. I even lied to people sometimes. If you find a free house, call me. Okay, I'll call you. I ain't calling anybody. I get a free house, I'm taking it. All right? I'll give it to my kids. I'm not calling them. But anyway, I think part of it is that. So, you know, I think that the technology advances alone have opened up more possibilities, but I still am not so sure that we're not. So here's how I'm gonna put this together for you. Two things. First of all, how do you think you get more listings? Anybody have an idea? How do you generate more listings in personal inventory? Anybody?
Get out there and show up.
Get out there and show up. See there, so we got it. I think you get more listings one way, and that's by having more listing appointments. Now, that isn't like, oh, there's an aha, let me write that down. But I got to remember, keep it simple. How do I get more listings? Get more appointments. If you didn't get a listing yesterday, Sunday, I say there's only one reason. Only one. No, it was too cloudy. No, you didn't have enough appointments. If you had an appointment, at least you had a shot. So really, we're going to look at number one, how do you get more appointments? Because I think I can already tell by you guys, you look great, you're here early on a Monday, you probably do pretty good if you had more appointments. And then the second thing, and I'm going to start with, is how do you nail those appointments that you really want? And I said that I really want. I don't want any more listings. I'm looking for saleable listings. I don't want to list, I think there are some agents that are more interested in a for sale sign than a sold sign. That makes sense? I want saleable listings, and by the way, what makes a listing saleable? It could be the price, but it's also the motivation. It's the ones that I choose to work with, all that sort of thing. So we'll kind of look how to do that. So saleable. It's too expensive anymore, wouldn't you agree? It's too expensive to just take a listing. Time, energy, dollars, no, this is going to be something else. So I'm going to look at how we can do that. So I want you to, first of all, we're going to back into this. Have the appointment. Now let's nail it. First of all, I want you to be more memorable. And I think being more memorable, I think it starts with even the way we market ourselves. I think today we have to be memorable. Do you think you're the only person they're talking to? Your client? There's 3 cars in the driveway lined up waiting for you to leave. And I know they told you, oh, we love you more than our family. You're the only realtor we're working with. Yeah, right, whatever. I got it, all right? I think we have to be memorable, because everything's about the same. And I think pretty close to that anyway. So I want to give you some tools on how to be more memorable and how to nail that listing once we have these appointments and you're there more often. And I think it starts with number one, it starts with energy. I think everything we do, we build on energy. And I think whether it's a client of any type, they want somebody that's got high energy. How many people have you called in the last week when you've reached voicemail? If you're like me, about 8 out of 10. I mean, whatever happened to just, hello, can I help you? Nobody wants to talk to anybody anymore. Oh my God, caller ID. What are you, in the FBI? Oh, I don't want to talk to that guy. Wait a minute. But then, of course, on your voicemail, it says, your call is very important to me. No, it's not. You know exactly who I am, and you don't even want to talk. Anyway, that's another subject. But energy, I don't know. I'm not saying you got to stand on their kitchen table and bounce off, but I think there's something about it's showtime. And I don't think that being boring ever saved great content. I don't know how great content doesn't matter to me. It's all delivery. And I think it's going to at least start with that. You can't be boring. I don't know. It's just making that connection with people. Number two, I like the initial meeting in my office. Jonah will go over their house. I don't go to their house. I don't even know if I want to go to their house. You come to my house. I like something called home field advantage. And I don't know, it also tells me something about their commitment. What, you don't want to come to my office? What, are we going to meet at a Starbucks or something? Oh, why don't you come to my office? And there's a few things that I like to do at my office. before I decide if I want to go to their office, their home. And I don't know, I get to use my computer and show them things like, I like to show market rejected properties. That's a good one, by the way. That's almost a clue. Market rejected properties. I like to take my computer and say, hey guys, take a look at this. These are some homes that the market rejected. And by the way, what could a market rejected home be? Could be overpriced, could be on the market still. In this market, it could be expired, it could be taken off. There's a lot of ones that I can show them, and here's the reason I want to show market rejected properties. I want to look at the picture and I want to say, so why do you think the market rejected that property? Oh, and I'm taking notes. When they say, well, look at it. Every room's so cluttered, you can't even see the wall. Oh, it is cluttered, isn't it? Well, look at the front yard. Bushes up to here. Oh, yeah, it is kind of. Because I'll tell you, if I do go to their house, it's going to give me a lot of that ammunition. I can go, wow, remember when we were looking at those market rejected properties? Look at your place. What are we doing here? Anyway, so I like to do that. I don't know. There's something about that initial meeting. And if you're a virtual agent, like a lot of my agents were virtual agents, then I still like neutral turf. I don't know. There's something about that to have that. I'm going to get over to their house, trying to make this great high energy presentation. I got dogs nipping at my heels, kids running around screaming, the telephone's ringing, hey, I'll be right back. No, you know what? Time out. Let's have a meeting here, okay? Let's have a business meeting and then we can kind of decide. So I don't know. Part of it is having a way to do that. Here's something I also would like you to be able to explain to me, your client, and if this is all you get today, maybe this could be your one thing. I say that 90% of what you can do for any seller on the market today, every agent in this county can do the exact same thing. True or false? Don't tell me you got some virtual tour that's the new. About 90% we're all alike. So I've worked a lot on what I call my 10% difference. I would love to tell a seller anytime I talk to him, a buyer, one of my clients, by the way, 90% of what I can do for you to get you from where you're at to where you want to be, every other agent in this county can do the same thing. But here's the 10% that you get when you get me that you'll get from no one else. See, I say that you've already made a statement. You've already got their attention. Now you've got to be able to say something. You can't say, can I email that to you? Because I'll tell you what, you watch them, they'll lean in. Like, what? Here it is, game on. Game on. Here's my 10% difference. Now, if you're waiting for me, I don't know what yours is, by the way, but I think it's worthwhile. Give me a reason. Why should I choose you? What makes you any difference? And just know that whatever you say, they're probably going to say, so what? Who cares? You got to have that 10%, and I don't think it has to do with your marketing and wait do you see our open house signs? They're bigger than anybody's. I mean, none of that. I think you have to keep it simple. This is what separates me from other agents in this county. And I think it's more personal. I think a lot of you already know what it is. It's giving it a voice. And I think that by giving it a voice, that's one thing. I want to win this listing on the little things. I need an edge. That's all I'm looking for. Just give me a little edge. And I think some of these things add up. I don't think that if I can come up with a 10% difference in my business, that could be the only thing, but I say it's going to be one thing. I'm not going to leave it out. There's too many of us out there telling the exact same story. I got to have my own story. I have an agent that I'm coaching. She's been working for almost 2 months on her 10% difference. I keep going, honey, would you stop it? She sends me these long emails. Here's my 10%. I said, you're way overthinking this. Just why should I choose you? I think it's got to have something that's different. Does that make sense? Memorable. It's not this grand, but I think once you get it, you'll want to tell people. Once you have your 10% difference, you'll want to go tell people. You'll want to bring it up. Does that make sense?
But what's your 10%?
That's exactly a good question. So what's your 10%? Anybody in here have, what would be part of your 10%? Anybody?
I lived here all my life locally. I know the area very
I know the area. But here's what I want you to be able to, because this is the key. I know the area. I have experience. I'm bald. I've been in the business way too long. That's all nice, all right? But here's what it has to end with. And so here's how that benefits you. So your 10% has to have a benefit to them, not you. So my 10%, I've lived here all my life. I know the area. I bought 5 homes, all of that. So here's the benefit to you guys. See, that's where you bring it home. It's got to be their benefit. So I think it's more, I don't think you have to overthink, I have a better computer, I have more properties. I've lived here all my life. Here's what's most important to me. Now, I don't want to give it to you, but I think if you could tell me and start off with, here's what's important to me. And I think that you'll see that that could be important to you. Whatever that is, does that make sense? I almost want you to play with the thought. Like you had an appointment today and somebody says, what makes you any different? And I think it's a fair, by the way, is that a fair question? It's fair. I'd ask it when I buy tires or I buy anything else. Why would I buy it here? Got to be something. For me, it won't be price. That's not my 10% difference. Oh, you do discount listings? Nope, not me. If I was worth less, I'd charge less. You could use that one. I like that. If I was worth less, I'd charge less. No, I don't. I'm not going to go out discount broker. Everyone want to do stuff for free. Not for me. But here's what you will get. And I think part of it is you've got to be able to also think on your feet. Great salespeople, I think, are those that can think on their feet. Because when I tried to generate motivation, like you would, say, hey guys, where are you headed? Where are you moving? This is a pretty nice house. What's up for you guys? I think that sometimes the people will give you your part of your 10%. Have you ever had an experience with a realtor in the past? Oh, yes, we have. Here we go. See, I'm going to go. Come on, bring it on. How was that? Well, I'll tell you what. They never called me. Whoops. My 10% just included what? I communicate. And I think you'll appreciate that because if you're like me, I'm a consumer. I like to be kept in the know. So do you see what I mean? You can have your 10%, but part of it can come out of that. I think that's a great salesperson. If they told me already, what's the most important thing that you're looking for in a realtor today? Big ears are going up. Well, we're looking for somebody that, well, good. Well, let me tell you about me. See, here's the ABCs of me. And it has, anyway, I don't want to beat this up, but I think that back to memorable. I'm trying to win this listing from 3 other people that didn't even bring it up. We included it in our pre-listing package. Ours is laminated. I love laminating anything. Do you know how much credibility a document takes on once it's laminated? Now think of it. People are like, well, Bob, hell, it must be the truth. It's laminated. I mean, I love to give things to the, and have them, their eyes don't even move. They don't even know what to do. They just hold it. It's like, and not only that, but shelf life, they can't throw it away. It's laminated. They'll leave it, well, we'll just leave it over there. You come in after me, you'll have my stuffs all over their house laminated. I mean, I laminate everything. We put it in the pre-listing package. The other ones didn't. Is that the game changer? I don't know. It's a little thing. But when I get to meet them, I get to say, hey, by the way, did you get that little thing I sent you? Not only that, we put our 10% difference on a CD. It says, why you'll choose me, my 10% difference. Ooh, that's good. I can do it for free, by the way. I could show you how to do it for free. But when they get that, do you think they're going to listen to that? By the way, it's 20 seconds long. Here's my 10% difference. Do you think they're going to listen to that? No. I don't care. It doesn't make any difference. I made a statement. I made it memorable. When I get there, I can say, hey, guys, did you get that little thing I sent you? That little CD? Yeah. I know they didn't listen to it. Hey, let me just recap, okay? Let me recap what it said. It was only about 30 seconds anyway. So I think it's worthwhile to see if you can come up with that. If a property doesn't sell, whose fault is it generally?
The seller.
It's my, you and me. If that doesn't sell, it's usually my fault. Well, you didn't this. You didn't have open house. Okay, well, let's get rid of that one first of all, okay? Don't be calling me because you're out of flyers, all right? I don't use flyers. I wouldn't take a flyer up in front of your house if you were the last thing. I don't use, that's just me, by the way. Get all wet and you can't get them out and they're never there. I mean, what a dumb thing. But you have to have a pretty good reason why you don't, because they'll go, well, all of the places around here have them. Isn't that crazy? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard of. Now, it has to be a benefit. Why don't I use them? Because one reason is these people that sneak by at midnight, taking all them little flyers out, all your neighbors and that, how do I follow up with them, by the way? Well, I don't know. I've got some other ideas, okay? But anyway, so I want to get over this. If your property doesn't sell, it's my fault. Not my fault. I have what I call, and you'll have this if you want it today, when you leave, if you want to take this with you. It's called the 6 factors that will affect the sale of your home. I want them to have this, and I want to go over those 6 factors. By the way, this is pretty good. Other agents didn't. All they said was, we got to do this and get it on the internet, and boy, I got a virtual tour company. We're taking pictures. Come on. 6 factors that will affect the sale of your home, and let's start with the first 3. They have to do with you, the seller. Number 1, price. That ain't me. That's you. I'll give you all my data. I'll give you all my homework. But when it comes down to it, you choose price, I don't. Number 2, second factor is terms. I don't choose those. You do. We'll get all the stuff going. You'll look at everything. But when it gets to terms, if you don't want to move in 30 days, that's up to you. And third is condition. Not me. I'll give you my best. I'll give you all I got to help you get your home prepared. But I can't do it. I'm not coming over here and painting this place. I don't want to sell. You do. So those 3 things, and think about it, price, terms, and conditions, I can't do anything about it. I'll give you my best. Conditions, that's especially a good one. You got to say things like, now, you got to say things like when you get to their house, if you do, like, what's that smell? What is that? I'm from Chicago. What is that smell? What? You can't cook anymore. Until we sell your house, you eat out. All right? I don't know what you're cooking. You think people will notice? Yeah, I could smell it from the car. You can't do that. And what's that yellow spot on the ceiling? Oh, do you think anybody will notice? Yes. They're going to see that. Anyway, no. This is it. But you see, I can't do it. I'll give you my best. I'll give you everything I got. You want me to sell a vacant home and you don't want to have even virtual staging? I won't take the listing. That's just me. Forget staging. You know how long somebody stays on a website looking at a home that's vacant? According to those that supposedly know, about 7. People don't want to look at vacant. Well, let's keep going. Here's one. Oh, look at this house. So if you have a vacant home, you want me to sell it, you have to at least utilize virtual staging. All right, simple. Click, click, do a couple rooms, do the bedroom, maybe the family room, or whatever, but at least do that. Well, would you pay for it? No, I already told you. I don't want to sell, you do. I'm just here to give you all I got. So those 3, the next 2 out of the 6 have to do with the economy, not me. I can't change that. One, with the economy, it has to do with timing. Now I know that time, remember, you've got to adjust to your market a little bit, but the economy does have something to say about it. It's had a lot to say about it over the last few years. So it has that, economic condition, buyer's market, seller's market, all that, and as well as competition. I can't go tell the other 2 people on your block to take their house off the market, so yours is the only one. I can't control those. This is pretty good now. That's 5 out of 6. We're down to 1. And by the way, that leaves 1 left, and that's me. And by the way, what's the only thing I can do to control and affect the sale of a home? One thing, what?
Marketing.
That's it. My job is to showcase your home. Get more people to see it than anybody else, and if we can do that, by goodness, we have a pretty good chance. So my 1 out of 6 has to do with showcasing your home, marketing it, putting it out there to the world, getting people interested. You see, that's the part that everybody's about the same. So I think that I've got to give them, at least, I've got to give them that. I'll give you all my recommendations. For most people, I always end with, so here's what I recommend. I like that. So here's what I recommend. People like that, recommend. Not, here's what you should do. If you want to sell, you better price it. Here's what I recommend. Given that marketing is really kind of what I do, that's what we all are about, what do you think the number 1 marketing tool of all? Of everything that we can offer, everything we do, what's the number 1 marketing tool of any home?
10 minutes.
Price. Not, by the way, for me, price. There's nothing better. You give me motivation and price, this place is gone. That's why when I ask somebody, how soon would you like to be down the road? Fast. Really? Good, because I got a fast price right here. All right? I always had my prices fast, slow, really slow, and here I have somebody I'm going to refer to you that really specializes in these kind of listings. All right? I ain't going to do it. But most people want what? They want the fast to move, but they want the slow price. No, wrong answer. Can't do. See, isn't price really the best tool we have? I got nothing better. And what does price have to do with? Motivation. See, that's why I want saleable listings. If you're not motivated, well, let's just try it out. Try it out? I don't try it out. I don't even try out food I'd never heard of. We ain't trying it out. We're going to do something good here. So I don't know. I think part of it is that. Now, if you want instant credibility, because I think credibility is good, don't tell me that you've got 2,400 offices in Canada. I don't care. I got a house right over here in Tampa. All right. Credibility, though, I think is pretty good. Personal credibility, I think, is more important than corporate, your company. Who are they buying? They're buying you. So I have to have all the credibility on me. And one of the ways I do that is, well, you're going to go right behind the curtain now on this one, all right? You're sneaking in. And caveat, what I'm telling you right now, I wrote that book 3.5 years, John Wiley publisher, number 5 in the country. So what I'm telling you, don't go, oh, that was pretty good. No, I wrote my book. I want you to be the author of your book. Because if you wrote a book, an ebook that was called 99 Ways to Sell Your Home for More Profit in Any Market. What if you were the author of that book? I got one more thing to be memorable about. Oh, by the way, I wrote the book on how to sell your home for more profit in any market for maximum whatever. And to do that, you can go to a vendor called theplrstore.com, and you'll have this in what I'm going to give you, theplrstore.com. PLR just stands for Public Label Rights. They sell books, ghostwritten, on real estate. And this is pretty good. They're about $4 or $5, 100 pages, good stuff, generic. It's not what's going on in Tampa, but it's a generic book that you can get. And when you buy that book, you also get authorship rights and copyrights. How cool is that? Come on. I wrote the book on the 99 ways to sell your home for maximum profit. Oh, by the way, that's one other thing about me. It's not your 10%, but it's pretty good. They're talking to 4 other agents. They didn't write the book, I did. What do you think you also get in our pre-listing package? You get a link to a book. So when I get there, do I say, hey, by the way, did you get my book? Oh, I think we did. This is too good. Why? And by the way, why not? For $4, I wrote a book. If you don't want to do it, just write one, buy one, and tell your kids, hey, I wrote a book. Check this out. On gardening, cooking, I don't care. It's really cool. So when you go to the PLR store, click on real estate, because it'll say gardening, cooking. You could write a book on anything. Go down to real estate. Go down to ebooks. But now I want you to think about, what else could I do with that? If you did have, there's one in there I looked at yesterday. It was called the Home Buyer's Handbook, How to Buy Your First Home and Eliminate Risk, something like that. What if you wrote that book? Nobody knows. You're the author. It says right on the book, by you. I wonder if I could get a few gigs going around speaking around town because I wrote the book on. Think about it. Now, if you guys are going, wait a minute. What if we all bought the same book? We're all the author. That's pretty cool, huh? First of all, I don't care about that. For what I'm using it for, I'm not out here trying to get it into Barnes & Noble or on iTunes. You get that? This is a marketing tool for me. I'm using it on my website, on my Facebook, on my blog. I'm using it to get opt-in email addresses. I'm giving it, I use it for a lot of things. But at a listing, I could say, hey, by the way, yeah, I'm the author. Yeah, I wrote that. Now, if you do that, you might want to read it first. Okay? It might have something, you go, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Well, the good news is it comes to you in a Word document. So all you have to do is backspace. I didn't like that. Ooh, I want to write something about Tampa. Boop, boop, boop. Do you get that? This is too cool. And once you have it, that's where I think, I don't care, I want to sell a book. Well, not for what we're talking. I want credibility. I want a way, I'm a ATM database marketing nut. Everything we do is try to build a permission-based email marketing campaign. So I want to use it just to get email addresses. I could put it on my website and just say, hey, by the way, I hope you get a copy of my free book, How to Sell Your Home, Home Buyer's Guide, How to Buy a Home. Anyway, so enough of that, but I think that could be sort of almost an instant credibility thing. Now, by the way, if you really are worried about that you both bought the same book, there's a vendor I use called iSnare, and if you send it to them, it's a human that will, they sort of change the book a little bit. Anyway, I'm not even worried about that. I'm just trying to get a listing, all right? That's all I want it for. I want it on my website to get an email address. Last thing, I want Sam to pre-approve every one of my sellers, and if they don't want to get pre-approved by Sam, I'm not interested. It's a good one, by the way. Because they'll say, wait a minute, why should I call your lender? We haven't even decided if we're going to use you yet. And by the way, we haven't even sold our house. We don't even know where we want to move yet. Or anyway, this is good. Because here's what I found. If I can get Sam to pre-approve my seller, this is interesting now. What might happen? If a seller does get pre-approved by the lender for their next sale up, what might happen? They might get a little more motivated. Because I think that being that interest rates are low, that's not there's not a news flash. People know that. They got it. They see it every day on the internet and TV. Oh, interest rates low. But what they haven't connected yet is with that low rate, what that means as far as the home. That's the key. Because I have found, as soon as they get pre-approved, one of the things I found that they do is they start what? They start driving around. This is too good. They start driving neighborhoods. I didn't know we could go 450. I thought we'd only be, honey, we go, here it is. Motivation's going up. They start driving around. I don't know that price will come down, but I know as motivation does go up, generally price goes down. I don't care. Why not? No other realtor told them that, but I have to give them a benefit. Now, it can go both ways. Sam might call back and say, got news for you. You sell their house, you better send them the apartment ads because they ain't going to be buying for a while. Well, you know what? I'd rather know that today. I think it would be something that I think they would like to know. I think it could be a positive, not a negative. It doesn't mean we're not going to sell their house. It may mean that they may have to take another step before they buy. That's all it is. So I kind of like it, and it also tells me something about their commitment. No, we don't want to talk to them. Really? How much does it cost, by the way, Sam, just to pre-approve them?
It's expensive. It's zero.
Well, so, and I can go, by the way, he'll take,
But
he's,
it's priceless.
oh, thank you. We got a price list, yeah. But there has to be a benefit. Your home sells, and in this market, hey, come on, this is pretty good these days. I just need to know if we're going to Nordstrom's or are we going to Walmart to get your next house, all right? Wouldn't you like to know? Anyway, but it tells me something about them as well. So I don't know. So enough of that. I think now we have to get more appointments, but I think if we can really position ourselves and elevate our relevance in the process. Realtor, I'm a realtor. In fact, if somebody asks you what you do, I hope you tell them, what do? I'm in marketing. If you tell people you're in marketing, what do they usually ask you? What do you market? Houses. I'm in the house marketing business. You got one? Maybe you need one. I mean, that's what I got to not kid myself. Or you could say I'm in sales. You know, that's another. That wouldn't be bad. What do you do? I'm in sales. What do you sell? Houses. What do you do? I mean, I don't think we have to be covert about what we do. I'm fine with that. It's exactly what we do. Well, I want to give you some ideas now on how to get these appointments and how do I get more of them and where are we going to locate people that, and I'm going to say more saleable listings also, but now you know how to determine if they're saleable or not. If you did all this, you got a pretty good idea if this is somebody that really is going to be part of your co-marketing department. I like that. They're your co-marketer. You're going to do with them to market their properties, more like that. So I'm going to start with a couple of things for me that are very basic. We'll look at a couple of, I think we do have to, again, balance high touch, high tech, balance. I think I've not gone overboard. I fought it for a long time. I've been the first one to say I'm not even getting a cell phone. I ain't carrying one of them things around in my car. Forget it. Well, that didn't last too long. I'm on 9 social platforms now, and I've got 3 blogs, 3 Facebook pages. I've got this and that. Well, but I've found a way to utilize that to generate business. Most realtors use technology as a way to take them away from prospecting. You see, we've got to get on that computer in the spirit of, I'm working here. Come on. Well, what are you looking at your Facebook page for? You think somebody's going to jump out of your computer, want to buy a house? I mean, hey, I don't care what high school you went to, what kind of food you like, all right? Doesn't matter to me. Show me how to use a Facebook business page to get business, and I'm okay. Does that make sense? So I'm okay with it. For people that are there, I get a lot of requests for social media marketing coaching. Really? Like what? What are you trying to do? Well, I think I should get a Facebook page and a blog. Really? How come? Why would you ever want to do that? See, they forgot that the purpose has to be greater than the excuse for not prospecting. That's almost smart. But they've got to come up with a reason. So I'm okay with it. I think that technology has produced more professional casualties in our business than anything I've seen in 25 years. Even with great agents. All of a sudden they became average because of all this technology distractions. Does that make sense? And I think for some, technology can become a distraction from what we used to do. Kissing babies, shaking hands, get excited about what you love doing, and go talk to people. Wear your badge. I mean, no secret agents allowed, all right? People go, I always see a realtor, you don't even have a badge. What the hell? What are you doing? What are you, a secret agent here? What are you, a spy? I mean, come on, that's what I do. This is weird, but I'm sure some of you already know. You get business just wearing your badge. I mean, that and big ears. I was in the Sweet Way market last night, and of course my radar's like yours. I heard somebody like 3 miles over talking about they were running a place over on something, and I'm like, the cart almost automatically goes, I mean, like, what was that? You guys looking for, you're renting? Why you would ever want to do that? Anyway, so I think it's part of it is just being out, and it's what we do. The other day somebody said, well, self-promotion is sort of conceited. Self-promotion is all I got. If I can't promote me, who will? Does that make sense? I think self-promotion, that's another whole topic, but I think that's what we do. I have to promote myself, find a way to create my 10% difference, get myself out there, talk to people, get excited. That's just promoting. What about flyers? Okay, you want a flyer? That's good, but how does that really find a way to promote yourself? So I think part of it is that. So all these ways to get listings, it's really about just getting the spotlight on you. If we can get the spotlight on you more, you got more swings, and once in a while you'll get more, you'll do better. The presentation I'm doing this afternoon is called How to Catch Fish Once They've Stopped Jumping in the Boat. And same concept, it's easier to catch fish when you know where they are. If I told you they're all over in that pond, well, let's go over in that pond, anyway. Or if you had more poles in the water, which is a little bit difficult. I want you to find ways where you can really, in our business, pick a lane. Get in your lane and stay in it. We've got people that are flipping all over the freeway. Got to do a little postcard, got to do a little of this. Maybe I'll try a FSBO. Maybe, would you just stop it? Find your niche. Get rich in your niche. I think so. I don't think you can get too many things going. This is almost a disclaimer for all these ideas that don't do all these. Which one again matches your strength? I think life is too short to perfect your weakness. We didn't work 70 hours a week trying to go from poor to fair. We try to expose the weakness of our opponents by working on our strengths, those things that you're really good at. Why not? Now I know with the kid, that was a tough one. I told that to a group of parents the other day at a grammar school, and I freaked them right out. They said, no, they get a little smiley face on their paper when they work on their weaknesses and they get better. Oh boy, here we go. I said, I don't want them to spend their whole life working on the things that they're the worst at. Yes, get a little bit better at speaking. Get a little bit better. Does that make sense? I also said that I believe you'll never become more than average at those things in your life that you're the weakest at. That's just, I don't know, something to consider. But boy, they took that as, no, they got to get a smiley face. Okay, give them a smile. Of course we want kids, they're this big. Of course we want them to do better, all right? But boy, with us here, what are you good at? It's almost my very first coaching question. What are you really good at? What do you like doing? Tell me where you have the most confidence. Because if you spend more time, if you're working on those areas where you're the most confident, where you're the strongest, what will you probably do?
Excel.
Do it more, you'll get better. Why? Because you like doing it. I'm not going to tell my agents, hey, you got to call more. I've told more agents, hang up the phone. Why? Because you stink on the phone. Why do you bother people? Thank goodness for the no-call list. You're just terrible. Well, I went to this seminar. No, let's figure out what you like to do and get you out there every day, because this ain't working. All right? You look terrible. Starting to break out all over the place. You're nuts. Anyway. Well, I guess the first way, starting from the bottom up for me, is old-fashioned farming. I'm a farmer. I'm sorry. Oh, I hate farming. Well, then you haven't done it right. I don't know a better way to go tell somebody, hi, I'm Bill. Here's what I do. How you doing? I don't know a better way to do that. Just talking to people. Everybody wants to be an area specialist. They never go there. Haven't driven by it in 24 weeks, but I'm the area specialist. Well, don't tell me, this is a good one. I got a little gal that puts a little flyer in my garage door. First of all, I'm sure she has a little kid do it. Second of all, I'd never call her in a million years. She ticks me off every time. I open my garage when I get home. I shut it. How do I get that flyer off? I got to go outside, go all the way around. If I ever see her, I'm going to say, would you stop putting that flyer in my garage door? Can you put it on my front door? Anyway, so I think that there's nothing better. I think it's a good thing to do. If you don't farm where you live, why not? What a better place to say, hey, by the way, I live around the corner on Wilson Street. Here's what I do. I want to drop by. See, there's no script. Does that make sense? I had a realtor, they go, do you have any scripts for farming? Scripts? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Hi, how you doing? Here's what I do. I mean, I just don't know how to make that fancy. And then it'll sound like a script. Does that make sense? I think it's just finding a way to go talk to people. I think that I'm not all against scripts. The people that I think some of the best salespeople in the world probably use scripts. But when you talk to them, it sounds like what? They're just making it up. It's like the last great play I saw. I saw Beauty and the Beast last week. And I told my wife, I said, here's an idea. These people are operating from a script. Every single word they speak is from a script. They practice that script. They ain't just making stuff up as they go. But what makes it great is it doesn't look like it's a script. It looks like they're just making it up. That's a great salesperson. Yeah, I've got script, your little notes when you call people. Hey, don't forget to ask that question. That's all right. But it's that, give me a script. I'm not so sure that there's much about that. And they've got a lot of new names for this. Geo-farming. Ooh, boy, that sounds official. I'd get me a geo-farm. What is that? I just need a little community here. That's all I know. That's whatever you want to call it. It's kind of weird they even call it farming, but it is part of it. And I think it's go get your own listing part of it. Does that make sense? I'm not waiting. I'll go find one. That's what we do. Or I'll sit in my office waiting and I'll say, how come you didn't get a listing today? I have a buyer. No, well, go find one. I think that's what we're doing in the market today. We're finding ways to go out and find and build our own personal inventory. Let's go find ways to do that. And we do it a lot of different ways. We're using everything from really cool door hangers, knocking on the door, a lot of different ways, but still to own. I like 2 different farms, different price ranges. I like to take them from this one and maybe move them up into my other one or what have you, but I still think it's okay. I wouldn't cross that off and say, you know what, I do need listing. I'm not going to do farming. I just don't like it. Okay, well, you're going to have to sell me. What else are we doing to talk to a lot of people? And it's not the end of the world, but I think it can start with that. So I've got a really cool door hanger we're using now. It's got a big question mark on it. Now, I don't know your area specifically, but I know globally, prices have started to go up. I don't know how much, a little, but it's not like it was 3 or 4 years ago. I would have had a different question, but I think they've gone up a little bit. This is also proof and evidence that we've hit the bottom. When somebody tells you that, well, I'm waiting for prices to hit the bottom, really, you already missed it. You missed it again, let's put it that way. You've been waiting your whole life for it to hit the bottom, just like me. You ain't ever going to hit it, because by the time we hit the bottom, it's too late. Now, I have to have evidence. How do you know? I have evidence. I can show you and prove to you that we've hit the bottom. And with all your data, all I have to show them is that prices in the last 3 months, 1 month have gone up. I don't care if it went up 5 cents. If they've gone up even 1%, what's happened? Here we go. I don't know how quickly, it doesn't matter. We're at least going this way. So, I don't know, that whole thing about, so the door hanger just says, did you know your house value may have gone up? If you'd like to know, call for my free home report. Now, this isn't anything new, but it's playing on what's going on today. You're just kind of curious. I wonder if it has gone up. Boy, you think it's gone? That's all it is. So it's not a new tactic. I just taken advantage of kind of things that are, I couldn't have used that 2 years ago, so I think I might be able to. Now I want to take it to another level called e-farming. So we've got high touch, low tech, go talk to people. Now we're going to go a little bit more high tech, low touch. And it's called e-farming, social farming. Here's what we're doing. We're setting up in specific communities. And communities around here and driving around, they all have a name. You know, whatever Springs and whatever, everybody's got a name for their community. It's so cool. So what we begin doing is setting up Facebook business pages for the subdivision. Kind of cool, it's free. Tell me the community you live in. I could set up a Facebook business page today. Just give me the name, because it turns out to be facebook.com/Hillberry Springs. There it is. I now have a page. This is good now. It's still talking about farming. Now, there's nothing on that page, true? Just a business page. Now, you might put your picture, you can put your little contact, but there's nothing there. But now, think about this. I have a reason to go talk to the people in the community. Hey, I'm Bill. I'm with the Home Buyers Realty. I live around the corner. I just created a little platform for all of us neighbors to talk. We have our own special little Facebook business page. So if you need to sell a bike or need a babysitter or having a garage sale, it'll give them a place to talk. See, it gives you a reason. See, there you don't need a script. Just create a business page and go tell people. And I promise, people love to talk. You'll get more leads from this little, and it's, again, free. What makes it a little more high-tech is it's just passive. Once you've set it, now you could put something on there. I don't want you to beat people up with, you want to sell, call me. They got it, all right? You're a realtor. You set this up as part of a service for the community. Now, you could put something in there, I don't know, every couple weeks about some activity, what's going on in our zip code, that's all fine. That's good stuff. But not this constant barrage. It's more, like you said, it's a platform for all of us to talk. You're having a party, you need a babysitter, we'll have a place to do that. Well, I've seen some of these they generate, people just, my husband's might get transferred, we're going to be going. It's all kinds of weird things. They just love talking. So, now is that farming? Well, it's another way to farm, but it's more passive. Old-fashioned farming is knock on the door and, hi, how you doing? Or Saturday morning, and let's see how things are going. So that's a little bit of balancing the technology with the others. So now, if you want to kick that up a notch, you could also highlight another vendor on that page. You could if you wanted to. You could put an insurance agent on there, on that side. You could put, as long as they know the purpose. Don't you beat up these people and put all this garbage on there, call me for a whatever 15% discount. There's a purpose for this, because I could then ask that particular person, where do you live? Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we create one of these in your area? That's pretty good, by the way. Now I have somebody else that I'm on theirs, they're on mine. I think I'm going to go to my lender. I'll go to does that make sense? I could use this. All of a sudden, my self-promotion and there's almost this implication that if I'm on somebody else's little Facebook business page, that there's an implication that I'm a pretty good guy. I don't know, people they do that. So you can see how this one idea, free, easy, 5 minutes. 5 clicks, in fact, you have a business page. That easy. Now it's like, how could I elevate that a little bit? I think I'll go to a couple of vendors and highlight them on there. You could go to a local business. How about this? This is really good. Go to a little pizza shop, hair salon, the cleaners that are near your community, and ask them if they would like to be highlighted. Oh, by the way, I'm Bill. I'm a realtor. I'm with Home Buyers Realty. I work this little area, Spring Hill over here, and we've got about 400 people in the community. We have this little business page set up, Facebook thing, and we're looking to highlight one of the small businesses in our area. Would you be interested? Would you give like a 20% off a pizza for October? Yeah, that'd be great. Good. So you can tell everything I do in marketing, it's all exchange for exchange. I'd be happy to highlight you as our small business. And by the way, what's the biggest challenge for small businesses? Marketing, survival, getting customers. That's not their specialty. Their specialty is they make the best pizza around, but they're not great. So I could ask them, and by the way, I'll do that for October. That'll be great, 20% off, and hope you can do good on that. By the way, how do you market? Because here it comes. I believe in a life principle called giving. I believe in giving first. Sure, I'll do that. And by the way, how do you guys market? Well, we're not really that great. We have this little database. We have this thing. See, all it does is offer the opportunity. So, well, how about if nothing, and a lot of them it's nothing. we keep track of our customers. But if nothing else, you could at least get your cards or a little brochure in there. You just put them on you just highlighted their business. So I think you just kind of look for the things that you can, it's called value for value exchange. I like value for value. Back to, geez, you get 5 or 6 of these little Facebook subdivision pages around, just that alone. That ain't bad. It's not the end of the world. That's just one thing, but what I like about it is the cost and passive. It's just passive marketing. It's just out there, and you have the opportunity. But again, it's about showing up. You just showed up a different way. I showed up out there, and now I show up this way. So it could be more like that. Now, there are websites available. I'm not so much into, has anybody seen Nextdoor.com? Pretty good. It's a subdivision website. Free, really cool. It's a template. I mean, it's not bad. Nextdoor.com, neighborhoodlink.com, free, all template. You just put in the name of the community, your stuff. I mean, it's a little, I don't know. It's okay. I like just that Facebook little platform. Just talk. The website, I'm not as interested in really promoting this whole area. I just want to promote these people so they can have a forum, so I can go in and see what everybody's saying, because I'm nosy. Isn't that the great? You know, I think most realtors, the great ones, they're just nosy, right? I teach people how to be nosy. I think, you know, my mom told me when I was growing up, stop being so nosy. I like being nosy, because the nosier you are, what do you do when you're nosy?
Find out stuff.
You ask questions. I'm just always like that little kid. So how'd you come up with that? Where'd you get that price? I'm just interested. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I already know that. I know the answer. You went on Zillow, didn't you? You knucklehead. What are you, crazy? True, you Zillow, realtor. Wrong answer. All right. Well, it looked official. Well, it was 8 years ago. I mean, no, please. But I like that. Questions. How'd you come up with that? Interesting. I never looked at it that way. See, I'm always interested in other people's opinion. I was telling Brandel, I do a program where we teach kids how to think, not what to think. I'm interested in asking questions. Where'd you come up with that? How'd you get that price? But it's from interest. It's not from trying to put you down. I'm interested. How'd you get that? Well, you know, Bob, our neighbor, he doesn't even have carpet in the family. It's, oh boy, here we go. Yeah, I know. I'll bet you I know what Bob told you he sold his place for, too. I know what he really got for it, okay? See, he told you he got what he wanted. You thought that was, anyway. No, we'll work on that. So, I like farming. We're still on farming. We got regular. We've got Facebook subdivision business page. And I still like farming expired listings, my way. I'm not a, back to you, hang up. I'm coaching somebody now, she's doing expired listings. What do? I send letters. How many do you send? Thousands. How's it working? It stinks. You haven't got a lead in a year. Then why do you do it? Well, I went to this seminar, and they said if you mail 1,000, then you call them, you might get one out of, I said, I'm tired already. And you telling me that, I'm tired. I can't, I'm sorry. Now, I know there's a lot of big companies that, boy, they look at me and go, you're crazy. You get them on that phone. Well, but if you don't like it, why do you do it? So anyway, I like it still my way. My way is this. We only farm expired listings from 4 to 6 months ago. That's it. The ones that expired yesterday, I wouldn't call them in a million years. All you guys are calling them. It's too crowded, too noisy. I like the ones from 4 or 5 months ago. By the way, have things changed in the last 4 or 5 months? I have a good conversation with them already. It's just different. Things change in people's lives. They may have taken the home off the market then. You might be thinking right now, yeah, but what if the holidays are coming up? They won't. It doesn't matter. I like the older listing. Now, it's the message, I think, also that can be a little more creative. This person I'm coaching, I said, email me the flyer that you mail out. And it's the same flyer that we all got from the Tom Ferry somewhere, wherever. If your home isn't sold, and I have very creative marketing. Anyway, it's all this creative and all that. You know, I said, that's crazy. That's all expensive too, by the way. So I said, if you're going to mail anything, let's just send your letter, if you want to, 4 to 6 months old. All right, find those off the market, expired, all of those. And now let's take that same letter you send and we'll just turn it into a QR code. That's all we'll do. How do you do that? Oh, it's pretty difficult. Put that in your printer, press this, go to oneqrcode.com and hit print, and out comes this. I don't know how it works, by the way. I don't care. I know some people still look at that and go, is that a duck? If you look at it long enough? I mean, that's what she said. Well, what? And I said, then just mail this. And all it says is above is scan here for all recent sales in your zip code. It's pretty good. She has it now on the back of her business card. Same thing. Scan here for recent sales in your zip code. Free report. Anyway, so I said, just mail this to them. Well, What if they don't know what that is? What do you care? They don't call you anyway. You might as well just take a chance, throw around a few of these, mail them. You probably have a teenager that's got a phone. He can scan it. Wait, look at that, Mom. Anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, and by the way, if you tell me you're creative and you have creative ideas, how about having your message be creative? Does that make sense? In other words, the message is already creative, and that's nothing. That's just kind of how I operate. That's part of my 10% maybe. I don't know. But I think you can do that in a lot of different ways.
I couldn't understand that one. So what you do is you go to MLS and look for the listings of the market expired, withdrawn from 4 to 6 months ago,
4 to 6, and I only like those because of the age. I like them a while ago.
and then you send the letter with something like that?
Well, you don't have to, but if you're sending a letter, let's say, to a expired listing, you're going to send them a letter. I'm just suggesting turn the letter into this, and it's free. It's simple. You would take your letter, you put it on your printer, the letter. You go to oneqrcode.com. I mean, it's a hit the button, and out of your printer comes this. How? I have no idea. I don't care how. I don't even. Doesn't matter. This is my website. How's that work? I don't know. There it is. All I did was type in my URL, and this came out of my printer. I scanned it, and wow, how'd that work? So all it is the same letter. And it could be QR code, oneqrcode.com, qrstuff.com, any of those. Those are easy. But don't you know these can be anything? It could be a video. It could be a letter. How about that one? You have an agent that in front of her listings, she uses these. And it says scan here for interior pictures. And when they scan it on their phone, somebody's in front of the house and they go, ooh, or have a kid in the back seat that knows what it is. If they scan it on their phone is the listing agent. It's pretty cool. Hi, thank you for looking at my listing. Isn't it cool? By the way, I mean, it's pretty good. It's just a link to a YouTube. Anyway, I'm not promoting these. I'm almost done with these. Every time I say, forget them, I go, wait a minute, here's another way I could use that. See, I'm still looking to generate leads from it, not try to be technology based. I don't care. How do I get a lead from this? And I think it starts more with that. So it could be a letter. You could do lots of different things with it. But we're still just talking about listings. So if you're going to do that, why wouldn't you go knock the door of the home that expired 4 or 5 months ago? Hi, I'm Bill. I'm with Homebuyer Realty here in town. I see that you guys had your house in the market. Is that something you're going to be experiencing again in the near future? Oh, can you do that? That's what we do. I had an agent go, wait a minute. I'm in the home selling business, all right? This isn't even weird for me. This isn't like, you have a script? No, I see that in March 20, whatever, how's it going? How about, as long as you're out there, if you're going to do it, why not 5 homes on either side? Hey, remember the Wilsons had their house on the market? Guess what? They're thinking about. Who cares? I'm still looking for what? Personal inventory. And that's not, is that a lead? I don't, better than not. I mean, you could do without it, but I think it could be part of it. I like just sold, now I know just sold and just listed door hanger, or flyers, door hangers, postcards. How many agents in here use, whether it's a sold or a listed, get right out for your, what do they say, 200 or so around, mail the postcard, just listed, just sold. That's not a new, hey, there's an idea. Well, we do that. But in this market, I don't have as many. And somebody the other day said, well, yeah, but if I listed, it's sold. I don't have time to send out the thing. You don't? Well, bet me, how long's the contract for? 30 days? We got 30 days to market. But anyway, so I like the concept. But for those of you that don't have a just listed or just sold, I'm always out looking for one. Because I know that 90-some% of the realtors don't, even on their own, don't send out postcards. So we have a campaign. As soon as I see your listing, I'm sending out just listed in that neighborhood. I'll bet I'll get mine out before you get yours out. Now, by the way, hey, this is real estate standard. You can't. All it said was one of your neighbors has recently listed their home. For more information, be sure to give me a call. That's all. I didn't say I listed it. Does that make sense? He listed it. I just need leads. I would need people to call me and say, hey, hey, home just sold in your neighborhood. One of your neighbors just sold their home. If you'd like more information, give me a call. You didn't sell it. I didn't say I did. That's public record. Come on. I'm not going to tell them what it sold for, of course. Hey, what did you get? I can't tell you that. We're in a 30-day period here, but when it does, by the way, is that something you're interested in? That's all it is. I want more listings. I've got to figure out other ways to get myself in the way. So I think you do that with integrity. I'm not trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. True, it just said one of your neighbors listed their home. Had a sign there that the neighbors didn't even call the sign, but they might call it my postcard. Who knows? Anyway, more like that. I'm okay with generating appointments from your website as long as you can prove to me how you do it. For me, a website's not about visitors, it's about generating leads. I spend a lot of time every single day reviewing realtor websites to figure out what they're missing from generating leads. If they say, well, it's about branding. Branding? That's McDonald's. I don't want brand. I need leads. So I think that the website, if you use one, I'm okay. By the way, you already have one. You have one tip and one tool already to generate a lead from your website. And for me, the lead is an opt-in email address that goes right into my ATM machine, my database. But I got to have ways to get that, and it's called I have to have more value. Well, I got an ebook. I could offer an ebook just for an email address, send them an ebook. I got that one thing. I've got to look for more ways to generate that lead. 98.5% of the realtors I review their websites don't even have an audio welcome. You got me to your website, however you did all that marketing, I showed up. I went to your website and you don't even say, hi, thanks for stopping by. I look at your website as it's just a store. It's your store. You got me walking in most stores I go into, somebody at least says, hi, thanks for stopping by, we have shoes on sale. But just not even, and it's free to have someone on your website, and by the way, it's the very first opportunity somebody gets to what? Hear your energy. They make a different connection than just, there it is, another picture, somebody with their little dog. I mean, it's like, no, well, sorry. Get your dog off your website, would you? Come on. I don't even like dogs. Well, some people do. I don't. I ain't calling you. You get that dog off there. Anyway. By the way, thanks to Security National, I'll do a free web review for you, but if I do, I'll just be kind of bottom line. But, anyway. How about a welcome? Hi, this is Bill Sparkman. Thanks for visiting and stopping by my website. I hope you find something here that will help in buying or selling a home. And then a call to action. By the way, before you leave, be sure that you get a free copy of my new book called 99 Tips for Selling Your Home. Or maybe you have a whole library. How about my book on Home Buyer's Guide? One on this, one on that, how to get your credit better. I don't care. When you go to a PLR store, they're all $3 or $4. Get a whole bunch of them. Stop by my Home Buyer University and pick up one of my ebooks. See, I have an opportunity then to say that. There's different than waiting that maybe they'll find their way down, click on free ebook. Give them, here's what I recommend. Get a copy of my free book. So even that is something that you could do from today, if you have your own website, just to add a little audio welcome. What about video? Okay, I'm just saying audio. You don't even go to that yet. Just an audio, hi, thanks for stopping by. Now, if your company runs your website, that'll be a little difficult, but if you had your own, it's really simple. I use a number of services. All you have to do is email me. I'll tell you how you can do it simple, free, and you have a little welcome. But see, again, I think that starts that's just a different piece on there. So you've got it starts to also elevate your relevance to an expert in the area too. You're an expert. Again, why? Because I bought this book? Well, I guess so. More like that. You've got that opportunity. I like database marketing also, but I like it my way. Well, we send out a newsletter every 35 days. How to make pumpkin bread. I ain't making pumpkin bread. Why do you keep telling me how to spring is sprung and all that? Hey, get a cup. I ain't reading it. you stop it. Give me something that's relevant, something that's interesting, something that's pertinent to me, to the area. I'm more on value. I think that, and by the way, I didn't bring this up, but you can also have the real estate radio show on your website. Why wouldn't you do that? That's free. Why not? Hi, and before you leave, hey, just click on Real Estate Radio. You'll hear some of today's top whatever's on the real estate market. Come on, reradio.com. I can't even get it. I wish I'd put it on mine. I like it. But you have to be a realtor. I'm not a realtor. I don't have the NAR. I can't get it. You can. It's free. It's cool. It's a little thing there. Now you have an embedded, you have a little radio show. Pretty good. Is that the end of the world? No. I'm trying to keep them on the website longer. Get my book, listen to the radio. As soon as you go to my virtual tour, I lose you. Well, I got an IDX search. Oh, big deal. So they go there and then they're gone, then they go to yours and they're on yours. I mean, I got to keep them there a little longer, but I can only do it from value if I can give them something. So you got an opportunity even with that. But I like database marketing. We don't stalk them. Once a month for me is fine. Oh, we send them something every week. Really? That's stalking, all right? If you did a good job with these people, do you think that they're going to forget you or still in real estate if you're at least staying with them every 30 days or so? I think it's fine. We mail twice a year, we phone twice a year, and we do a monthly pertinent and relevant e-marketing tip. That's it. But it's always based on value. We use Lowe's Realtor Benefits. Why not? Free, cool, easy. How many are using it now? Lowe's Realtor Benefit, not the end of the world, right? But I'll tell you what, I had people calling, they think you go down to Lowe's and you work out all these deals for your people. I didn't do it, they just do it, it's kind of automated. So that, by the way, that's not the end of the world, but that's the website, there's just Lowe's RealtorBenefits.com. Sign up, why not, throw that out. The more polls that I can get in the water, the better chance I've got again. Does that make sense? And I like the passive polls so we can have a life. I like to earn well and live well. You know that one? So if I can have as many passive marketing tools so that we can go have fun, I think, what's wrong with that? I don't want to work all day. I need some of this I like 24/7 lead generators. So more of that. So it has to be in a marketable format. I like Top Producer. I like Wise Agent. I like them all. But for my agents, they were a little expensive. For some, they were, that's really nice, but it's $40 a month or whatever. You know, it's really good. I like moresolds.com, free. It's a great CRM. I can do mail merge. I can do e-marketing. Moresolds.com. It's free. Well, it's probably trying to sell you something. Of course, they got the gold and the silver. Forget it all. With the gold, now you have to pay and you get a free newsletter. I don't want your stinking newsletter. Just give me the one where I can do my e-marketing campaigns right there. So it's really good for that, where you can just send your campaign out once a month. So we do that. We feature a listing once a month. Right on that. See, remember, I'm looking for a lead. The purpose of database marketing is one, get a response. No, it's to keep yourself top of mind. Forget that. I need a response. That's why we send out an email. Just to send a recipe? No, to get them to respond. That's why we use a listing as one thing. We showcase a listing every month with a payment. Got to call Sam. Hey, Sam, I'm going to showcase this listing. Can you give me the payment on whatever? We found that payment is emotional. The price of a home is logical. Most people look at the price of a home and go, oh, honey, we'll never afford a house, or our kids won't. But if they see a payment, it's like, how's that work? There you go. Got to call you. See, so we like to showcase a listing once a month. Well, I don't have any. Well, borrow one. Go to the HUD Home Store. Come on, get one, all right? You can get a listing. Put something in there. So that gives me an opportunity for that. So you've got ideas that you can make that happen. But again, if nothing else, you've got the Lowe's Realtor Benefit. It's pretty good stuff. They send out a coupon. You could tell them if it's for home improvement or what kind of an email you want Lowe's to send, and they always give some sort of a coupon or something. It's pretty cool. So that you could upgrade your database just with that alone. So, 73 or 74% of your business today supposedly is going to come from third-party influence, closed clients, those people that really liked you and told somebody else. So I think that I can't eliminate, well, I don't like database marketing. It doesn't matter what you like. Okay, this is how you're going to generate more. We got to find ways, again, to be more relevant, and I think part of it is that. How many of you have a blog? All right. I like blogging, but only for one reason. Hold on. I'm like you. I ain't got time to sit around here. I like blogging for one reason, other than it's free. Google says that the number 2 way to increase your personal rankings, number 2 way, is through blogging. Whatever Google says, I do. I don't care. Google and Facebook, they run the world. I will do it. I'm a number 1 or 2 on every search engine only because I did what Google said to do. I blog. And you know what? I got 3 blogs and I don't have time. I outsource my blogging. Who's got time to sit around and write on a blog? So I outsource it. But I'll tell you what, you ever been to a blog and the last time somebody wrote on it was like 7 months ago? It's like, why bother? All right? I think it's okay, but it's got to be for one purpose. Given that 87% of the people you talk to this year are going to Google your name before they choose you as a realtor, good enough for me. I need my name up there, not my company name. Does that make sense? I want to promote my rankings with Google. Number 2 blog, okay, I'll do it. I like blogger.com. I like WordPress. 5 minutes with blogger.com. Literally 5 minutes. You've got a blog. You can name it. We've got now, how about a testimonial blog? All these people that told you how great you were, why don't you put them on just a blog, just testimonials? BillSparkman.com, Raving Fans. That's it. That's a blog, by the way. That's really good. Everybody that says that you were great, put it on your separate blog. Why? Because some people want to go, right? You're going to go to your blog to look at that. But the reason, and by the way, what about content? I can't research anymore. I'm done trying to find out something about Tampa. I mean, well, let Google do it. I use Google Alerts. Great resource. Google Alerts. All you have to do is type in Tampa, well, or whatever county there's, Tampa real estate. And Google will search the World Wide Web and every week send you everything that is on the web about Tampa real estate. Everything. I think I could find one little thing in there to write on my blog. Does that make sense? So you can't tell me it's too hard, it's too expensive. No, easy and free. What about content? Google Alerts. I don't even have to research. How often to post? Well, how about once a week? 5 minutes. Take something and go, hey, everybody, look at what's happening here. That's all it is, but remember the purpose. I'm not saying that I ain't going to be a blogger. No, I want rankings. And I want to elevate them, and I want to use blogging as just one way to do that. So you might consider making that work. Networking is another way. We won't talk about that. I'm sure you do. As long as it's networking, not net smoking, net eating, net dating. It's networking. You go there to find a listing or a buyer. But anyway, networking's fine if you're in the right group. I know Sam's in a good group. If you want to learn about networking, talk to Sam Max. He's got this whole networking thing down. How about a home seller class? Everybody's got a home buyer class. Home buyer, first time home buyer. How about having a home seller class? I wrote the book, 99 Tips for Selling Your Home for the Maximum Profit. I'm having a little class over at the real estate company. Not a bad, by the way, this is pretty good. What would you do with all these expired listings you've been talking to? Hey, by the way, I'm having a home seller class. People that might be interested again in selling their home in the future. It's going to be at the library Thursday next. Why don't you guys come on down? Very good. But by the way, credibility. You wrote the book. Why not go to the class? See, if I told them I'm with a real estate company, we're having the realtor, they're going to probably want to really beat us up. No, we're nice, okay? But I'm an author of How to Sell Your Home. Yeah, I'm in real estate. You'll figure that out. But clearly, I like home buyer classes. I like them at a neutral location. That's why I like the library. I'm more like that. Lastly, if you want more leads, you want to be passive, you might want to take a look at motivatedrealestateleads.com. Not the end of the world, but I tell you what, most of the leads that I've ever bought in my life were those exclusive ones that everybody got. It's exclusive. Yeah, right. Zillow. Oh, it's just for you. Oh, yeah, right. In fact, you're taking my money now and taking my leads and giving them to her. I hate you. That's another subject. But motivatedrealestateleads.com. Free. You only pay if the transaction closes. How cool is that? I'd do that any day. If the transaction closes, I pay a 25% referral fee to motivatedrealestateleads.com. Pretty good. You just put in, do you want investors, buyers, or sellers? Give them an area, a zip code. It's pretty, take a look at the site. I'm only promoting it because it was the only time I've ever seen a lead I could get that I don't have to pay for up front. I love leads, but I ain't paying you till it closes. And they'd always go, oh no, we don't operate that way. Why, if they're so good? This one, I'm in. And again, it's passive. Put in a zip code. What do you care? If you get a lead, you get one. But there's another pole in the water that I don't, pardon me, Motivated Real Estate Leads. Motivatedrealestateleads.com. That's all. And by the way, that is just another place to get a pole in the water, simply as that. I think that we've got to the point, and by the way, Sam, we've got a whole for sale by owner strategy that's killing. We've got, we're all about, and I know he's all about, there's one thing that keeps us all in business, is leads. Good leads, and I wish I could just say all we're going to get is better leads, but we need more of them. I've got to go through more suspects today to find that right prospect so I can turn that prospect into a client. It used to not be that way, but today it is. I think that's why so many people left our business. when you could talk to 10 people and write 9 contracts, everybody was in. But today you might have to talk to 200 people to get one, and people said, too much work. Well, we got to go through more suspects. That's why you're good. You're still here. You've tolerated the market.